Many abortions happen because of men who refuse to step up and father the lives they've created.
They're not becoming real men. They're staying childish.
Paul Cole leads a men's mentoring network and says he sees far too many men who just won't grow up.
Narcissistic, selfish, childish men who want their own way, regardless of what it costs anybody else.
Brian Fisher, president of Online for Life, says these men unfortunately see abortion as a prescription for their lifestyle.
Abortion is the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for men, right, who want to be sexually promiscuous.
The vast majority of abortions are paid for by men. Why is that? Because they don't want to accept responsibility for what they created.
Fisher says modern culture and courts share some blame by making abortion all about a woman's right to choose and freeing men of any legal involvement in that choice.
Men can sleep with whoever they want to, really, and if the woman gets pregnant, not only does a man have no responsibility, he has no legal right to have responsibility.
But for all this right to choose rhetoric, Fisher points out nearly 60% of women getting abortions say they were coerced.
So when we talk about this freedom to choose, the reality is there is no freedom to choose. They feel like they have no other choice.
My heart breaks for the women who have been forced to make that decision or have had to make that decision because of the immaturity and childish and selfishness of a man.
So men like Cole and Fisher want to do something about it. In his book, Abortion, the Ultimate Exploitation of Women, Fisher advocates manning up to fight abortion. One major way?
Get off the porn.
Fisher says decades of research show what pornography leads to.
Multiple sexual partners, adultery, wrecked marriages, issues with long-term commitment, all those things have been extremely well documented. Well, those are all the seeds of unplanned pregnancy.
Mentoring young people in sexual purity and responsibility can help control this sexual chaos. A ministry tied to Cole's used that method to tackle the high AIDS rate in Uganda.
So what they did was they began to train young men and women, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, what it is to be sexually pure, to be married to one person. They began to meet in all the churches, all the schools. Quite an extensive program called Glovimo, the Glory of Virginity Movement. Today in Uganda, the rate of AIDS is 6.4%. It is the only nation in the continent of Africa that has reversed the rate of AIDS.
On another front, the men who organize Fisher's OnlineForLife.org scanned the web for men and women looking online for abortion services and then hit them with ads for pro-life pregnancy centers. That saved more than 900 babies over the last 2 years. Beyond that, Fisher implores men to not be passive if their relationship faces an unexpected pregnancy and threat of abortion, because that's doing two things.
Threatening their child with a death sentence, but number two, showing the female in their life that they just don't care enough to protect either the woman or the child.
For those men feeling guilt and regret after an abortion, Fisher recommends they talk about it, especially on web forums like his group's abortionmemorial.com. Like Jeffrey did, writing to his unborn child about paying for its 1978 abortion.
It is now 31 years later. The hardest part is knowing you felt great pain the moment when they killed you in your mother's womb. You were innocent and totally helpless. I did not protect you. I sacrificed you for my own convenience.
Fisher believes America could be swayed if every man or woman who regrets the abortions could talk about their sorrow and regret.
If I had to do this over again, I never would have aborted my child.
Now the key is for men and women to act together in prevention, because in this passive culture, another baby is aborted every 25 seconds.
We cannot sit by the TV, drinking our beer, watching sports, thinking that this is okay. It's not okay.
Paul Strand, CBN News.